Um, Interesting story about how we came to the selection of this year's special jury award. When we were deliberating, we encountered a dilemma when dividing our favorite films into respective genre categories. Several of us had these films in the feature film categories, and some of us had them in the documentary categories. So we really couldn't figure out where these movies should really end up. So following a brief discussion on why these films should be considered in one category or another, we agreed that perhaps we were looking at a new type of film that blended modes of theatrical and documentary representation. By converging memories that are recorded in interviews, artifactual film archive footage, and performances, said films presented not only showed an audience a quantifiable truth, but acknowledged that historical narratives are often comprised of multiple points of view and dimensions of psychological conflict. What Werner Herzog has called the ecstatic truth, where subjective perception confronts objective reality. The first of these movies is a dramatization of a takeover of an airline under a terrorist attack that combines both archival footage, audio from the cockpit, interviews, and dramatizations to relay parallel and occasionally contradictory narratives into a shimmering yet compelling account of a violent incident in recent history. This picture, which has already won numerous Israeli film awards, was on all of the jurors' top 5 picks. And we were quite relieved to find a spot during the ceremony to honor the film's creativity, daring, and commitment, while merging factual material with the drive of a narrative suspense film. And you're very fortunate, that's the film you're going to see tonight, The Sabina Hijacking, My Version. We also, as I indicated, had a second film that merged these various elements. This movie intersperses newsreel footage of Berlin in the 1930s and 40s with an interview with the last surviving worker at a famed factory for the blind. It punctuates the sensitive and moving story of a disabled man and his attempt to act decently in the face of genocide with very moving performances, which lend a degree of psychological verisimilitude, which leads the main character to discover not just a capacity for romantic feeling, but a sense of courage that he never knew he initially possessed in the first place. That film was the opening night in the North County section, and that movie was A Blind Hero, The Love of Otto Veit. And again, if you have an opportunity to see that, it's a wonderful movie. And again, thank you for showing up to be here and to congratulate the filmmakers who made these wonderful, daring, and innovative films that we're celebrating tonight. Good evening.